Today we're going to talk about falling into your smile. And be aware there will be spoilers.
Falling in Your Style is about this girl who is like this number one character on the gaming server, and she gets asked to join an all male team. So she's the first female. So the main character's name is Smiling. And so at the beginning when she joins and everything, they bring up exercises that they need to be doing, and I think it's really important that, like, even as a gamer, that it's still important to exercise your physical body. After exercising, you start seeing that they do matches with other teams. She was the number one on her server with this character, and another person took her character and defeated her with it. And then she gets taken down a peg.
She had a really good team that backed her up. So when she was going through that moment of, geez, I was a winner, I never lost at all, and then she suddenly lost big, having that team, that was, I think, really important.
It wasn't just her team who supported her. What I really loved about this is that when she got depressed and like she was upset about it, besides her team supporting her and like being there for her, her best friend was there for her.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, she was there. She took her out when she was upset or sad. Um,
And like, can we talk about how like throughout the series, the best friend is really good and like there is it's not really a love triangle. Like
mhm.
Smiling gets caught up, like her ex is trying to win her back. And she wants nothing to do with her ex, and like the best friend's boyfriend is friends with Smiling's ex,
Mhm.
and he's trying to push his best friend back with Smiling, and his
Yes.
girlfriend, who is Smiling's best friend, gets mad at him and is like, "What are you doing?"
Mhm. Well, and the thing too is his heart's in the right place. Like he wants his friend to be happy, but he's not really considering why they broke up. And I don't think her ex even necessarily gets it.
Hung up on wanting her because she's become an amazing player.
That's true. He didn't appreciate her before. But
Nope.
but you're right, the best friend, she had her back and she was like, "Nope, I'm not letting you do this." And then when they were out and he tried to like talk to her, she was like, "I'm going to have Chessman come over and take care of her and take her away."
Yeah. So, and he ends up helping her get through that rough patch.
So I remember they met outside of the house, and the ex of her best friend was like, "Hey, can you put in a good word for me?" And Smiling's like, "Nope, I'm not doing that because I'm
Oh,
not going to
yes.
betray my friend." And I think that's
They
important.
both have each other's backs.
Yeah, yeah,
And in today's like world and society, like I know this is a drama and it's all acting and stuff, but like in today's society, I think it's important for like people to see like what a true friendship is.
yes, I agree. And they definitely are. And even when, say, both teams were playing against each other, the the best friend was still very much like, "Hey, I'm rooting for Smiling, and I'm still there to support my boyfriend, but I'm rooting for my best friend."
Yeah. So they're basically the definition of girls before boyfriends.
Exactly. What
And
was
I
the wait?
love
But that
that. Moving on, Lu Yu comes back. The entire team has very strong feelings about Lu Yu coming back to the team. Like they did not want him there at all because
he
they
got
blame him
banned.
for causing the fight to Ming's hand, their mid solo player that Smiling took over for.
So they kind of looked at it. He had forced retirement because of him, but there was more to it than
Yeah.
that.
Yep, and they didn't know the whole story, and then Chubby went and posts that video. Like he gets in trouble, and the whole team like gets upset with him.
But the other thing too, though, is Aja.
Idea.
He was instrumental in clearing up what happened there because he was like,
Yeah,
"I
so
was
they
there."
he helped, and I think that's also another thing is like Smiling's best friend's like boyfriend, like that her connection to him and stuff, like helping clear it up has also helped because he was there at like the right time and he was able to explain exactly what happened.
Yeah. I think he was a really good guy.
So after like the fight and Igea like stepping up and stuff, they do add Luyu to the roster as like a sub in case like Smiling needs a sub or whatever.
Mm.
And they have a photo shoot. And this is kind of where like Smiling and Cheston's relationship kind of starts to grow closer, I'd say. Let's pause here and talk about the parents' relationship with Smiling's. But during the tournament, Smiling's parents are watching her and like they finally like the mom finally comes around to Smiling doing this as a career. But before, like she was against it. She was very against it and Smiling's dad had to help talk his wife into letting her do it and they came up with like a compromise like I think it was like a year or something, like to let her do this, and then otherwise she'd have to listen to her mom and get like a corporate job. By this episode, like the mom has come around, she's become ultimately supportive.
Yeah, well,
And
and
not a lot of parents are supportive of like video game players. You get the background of Aegea about how his mom had literally thrown him out. In episode 10, Smiling gets her period, Chessman has a cold, and so like they finished the games like super fast. They were supposed to go out after winning, and Chessman and Smiling went back to the base. They're both sick and they both end up taking care of each other. And then like when the guys come back from the party, they go to check on them, and lo and behold, Smiling had fallen asleep in Chessman's room. And can I just say, like, the scenes of Chubby, like, catching them doing things, being the first person is always hilarious. He's always the first to catch Tong Yao and Smiling and Chessman together.
and he's a really likable character. He's not that
I
chubby.
love, well, that's just his nickname.
I know.
And, but like, I love him as a character. Like, this
Mhm.
drama, I'd say, like, I love all the side characters. It was
Mhm.
definitely executed well.
Mhm.
Like, and you don't see that very often. Like, usually they make side characters like bad or they're just kind of there, and it's usually not this well developed, I should say. And so back to episode 11, like Chessman tells Smiling if he were to fall in love with a girl, she would have to be better than him at any like video games or like any game. Back to what I said about Smiling getting taken down by that player.
Mhm.
Farther along, she realizes like as she's like analyzing her opponents and stuff, she finally realizes how to beat the person who took her down. And I
Mhm.
think that's like really significant for like a character
Mhm.
development for her.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that she was watching all of these past games and taking notes on the people that she'd be playing against, and they were like, "Really, you're doing all this?" And then they ended up just using it, saying, "Oh my gosh, this is so helpful." So she ended up being really valuable to the whole team for that.
This was the scene where they got talked to into going to this convention and Smiling got into this fight with this girl because basically the agenda was they wanted her teammates to carry these girls and like it wasn't appropriate cuz like
Mhm.
their hands could get injured and stuff. So Smiling was trying to defend the team and then this other girl was like not having it and like making excuses and like making a scene or whatever. It was awful, but like I loved that Smiling defended them,
Oh yeah.
even though she got in trouble, and this ended up with her meeting
Mhm.
Cheston's mom.
Yeah, well, I mean, she obviously wasn't going to be carrying the girls. It didn't affect her at all, but she was looking
Yeah.
out for her teammates,
And because of this fight, she actually ended up getting suspended from like one game.
which was like horrible for her because she's like, "I can't believe I can't play one game." And it's like, "It's one
Yeah.
game. That's I mean, shouldn't be the end of the world, but she was like, "No."
After she goes public with her relationship, the other teams that she has played against all make videos in
Mhm.
support of her and Chespin's relationship.
Yeah, even that guy who was like hitting on her like multiple times was like,
I
"Smiling,
loved
you're so
him. He's
cute."
hilarious. Yes.
He was adorable.
Um, but yeah, no, like, and they were like, if you're gonna talk bad, you're gonna get banned, from like the chat room and stuff. And like,
Mhm.
it was really great that like, as the first female player that she had all that support and like they were backing up her skill level
Mhm.
because people were saying like, "Oh, she's like," they were trying to talk down her skill level.
Mhm.
This is also the episode where she gets mailed a package. Basically, the scene is that a package gets delivered. Everyone else, all the guys were eating, so she was like, "Oh, let me get this. Like I'm free. I'll be able to like get the door or whatever."
Mhm.
So she goes and gets it and she gets the package and then she opens it thinking that it's a like a gift from fans or something. And there's razor blades in it. And she ends up cutting her fingers. It's awful.
Mhm.
And then this is kind of where Chessman remains distant from smiling because he's upset about her getting hurt and he doesn't really want to rely on the team. Like he just wants to do everything himself.
Mhm.
Kat and Kay have a fight, and at least smiling helps them get back to their normal relationship.
Yeah, Cheng's like, they'll just cool off eventually. And she's like, no, no, you need to help.
It's like just a minor fight. Because
Mhm.
usually Kat and Kay have like a really good relationship, but I think they wanted to show that doesn't matter how good your friendship is, it's still like you're still gonna have arguments or disagreements, and it's just good if you make up. And then the rest of the episodes is it's just about them preparing for the championship and winning.
It was a really good drama. This is my third time watching it all the way through.
Oh, it's been like my 10th time. It's one of my absolute favorite dramas.
So then you give that a 10 out of 10.
Oh, I do. I do 1000% give it like a 10 out of 10.
I would also give it a 10 out of 10. This is one you could rewatch over and over again.
Like people are hoping, like I've been reading on the internet, they're hoping for a season 2 of Falling Into Your Smile. That's how popular it was
Wow.
and how great it was. That people are asking for a season 2.
They've tied it up. However, they could start a different kind of storyline with it. They could, if they wanted to. But,
Sometimes with dramas having sequels is not always the best. I will say
mhm,
that.
yeah,
Like, because then you have to worry about like there's pressure about wanting to do better than the original drama and then it can fall flat.
true. The relationship between her best friend and um, Aja was like healthy and good, and he respected her and he really loved her. And Smiling and her ex didn't really appreciate her until she was gone. And there's a big difference in how they were treated.
Yeah, so basically I think Smiling learns from her best friend what a healthy relationship is, how to set boundaries and stuff.
Hmm.
Because almost like as you see like in the show, Smiling was scared to get into a relationship with Chessman
Yeah.
because she was worried that it was going to end up like her relationship with her ex.
And she didn't go to play games to try to get together with chessmen. She went to play because she likes to play and she's good at it. So her getting together with him was more of just a random thing that just occurred. Like she and her playing the game and winning, she was like, "Yeah, I won." Not really. I don't think she really understood her winning against chessmen what that really meant for her until later. I think it kind of clicked later. He knew exactly what
Well,
it meant, but
yeah, well, the other things is people like because it was a live game, okay?
mhm.
So people were trying to say that he let her win.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I didn't
Mhm.
let her win." I mean, even if he did, like, it just proved that that's the girl he wanted to be with.
I think that he didn't let her win. I really do. Because I think that her winning was sort of like the final thing. He was just like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm hooked
Yeah.
and I'm not going anywhere. And even though they went through some stuff like her getting her hand messed up and people being really horrible to her online when they got together and made that public, he was so supportive of her and was like being there when she was like, you're kind of not really keeping me in the loop on what's going on with you. It's not that he's trying to push her away. He still absolutely loves her, and he's like, "I'm not breaking up with you. It's not happening. So get it
Yeah.
out of your mind." So he was definitely
He was just
awesome.
very upset that someone hurt her and he was trying to find out who was responsible.
Yeah. And can I also say, like, amazing boyfriend, like her being in pain, and he's like, "Have some slippers, have a hot water bottle." Do that. Like he was sick himself, and he was doing all this stuff, and he's like, "This is just what I do." And not every guy would think to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, wouldn't occur to them. So,
No, it does not occur to
relationship
them.
goals.
Yeah.